What's going on? Today I just wanted to have a conversation about the movie Predators and why I think it is criminally underrated. So this movie came out in 2010, kind of on the heels of those, I guess, bad Alien vs. Predators movies. You had the two, Alien vs. Predator and, of course, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which I do believe truly was filmed in a cave somewhere. It's literally the darkest movie, not theme-wise or anything, just literally there is no light in this movie. It is insane. It's hard to see anything. But this movie, Predators, came on the heels of those two movies, and I think because of those two movies and how they were received, this movie was kind of looked down on from the get-go without even, people giving it a fair chance. I recently rewatched this movie and I was completely blown away at how amazing it was. You're given this mystery of these people just basically waking up in free fall as they're coming down to some jungle, and they have to awaken in time to trigger their parachute. And then basically you have all these strangers. And throughout the film, even with all the chaos, being hunted by the predators and these alien dog creatures and things like that, you learn backgrounds about these people just through general conversations. One guy's the FBI's most wanted, the other guy's a Mexican cartel, I believe, something along those lines. You have the Yakuza fellow who's wearing the nice suit throughout the whole film. You have our main character Royce, who's some kind of military or mercenary, something along those lines. I mean, you just learn all about these people. Apparently, they are considered by the predators the best at what they do, and considered formidable prey. Of course, the predators are very honorable creatures, and they hunt, they train by bringing creatures to these planets. It's unclear if it's their homeworld or not, but either way, this movie was amazing. Some of the dialogue, it is what it is, right? Everyone, I've never met anyone who did not like the very first Predator, the Arnold Predator. That movie is easily one of my all-time favorites. I'd throw it in the top 10 easily, no problem, no questions asked. But one of the things about that movie is the dialogue. Some of the corny lines, Jesse Ventura saying, I ain't got time to bleed. One of the most legendary lines in movies, in my opinion. Just an amazing movie. The effects for the time, it's just an awesome movie. And then with each release of a Predator movie, you learn a little more about the Predators themselves. And this movie's no different. Even when they find Lawrence Fishburne, who's been stuck there for so long, you really don't even know. He says he's been there for I think he says at first like 7 seasons, and then he's talking to somebody in the room who's not there, so that's how long he's been there. He's lost his mind. He says he's actually been there 10 seasons, so whatever that means, however long a season is. He's been surviving, he's been scrounging for food and this and that, and he's even killed a couple predators according to his conversation he has with Royce. So this movie, I think you should definitely give this a watch if you're into that whole thing with the predators. It's not an Alien versus Predator movie or anything like that. This is it's just a throwback to the original Predator. You have a ragtag group of people. It's not anything like the first movie where you have a group of special forces soldiers who work together, who've gone on many, many missions together. In this movie, it's just a bunch of people that are thrown into a situation, and they got to figure this stuff out and very fast, or they're going to die. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this movie, from just the way it was put together, the effects, the predators, actually getting to see a Predator versus Predator fight. There's just enough exposition in there to where you kind of get an idea of what's going on. There's not any of this where they find some some hologram that tells them everything they need to know. There's none of that stuff. So you can just watch this movie and see what it is It's basically a group of people trying to survive on this alien world against insurmountable odds. A creature that can cloak itself. It has shoulder-fired the plasma casters. Everyone knows how badass the Predators are, and this movie just makes them even more badass. And it just created a much more anticipation for me on my end with the Predator movie that is about to release in a few weeks, which I think is a true sequel to either the first Predator or the second one with Danny Glover.